Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus. This is a bonus episode, hell yeah. So I started right here, but I probably should have shown you. When you guys go to load up a new game after you've beaten the game on Shadow of the Colossus, you'll now be able to load your previous file, and it will say 0 defeated, and it will have a 2 next to it. But we'll discuss more about that later. Pretty much it'll give you the intro cutscene again, and you'll be back here at Mono with aggro as usual, but you will retain your grip strength and life, your health, as you saw there. So we still have the same amount of grip strength, same amount of health. So yeah, pretty much after you beat the game, you'll start right here. Now I'll talk more about the New Game Plus and the other things in a different bonus episode, but pretty much what I'm going to be showing in this episode is how to climb the temple. Yes, we're going to get to the top of that temple here. The top of the temple itself, the shrine of worship. And I'm going to show you guys how we can get to the secret garden that Mono, Wander, and Aggro went into to live at the end of the game. Yes, you can actually access that. I didn't show it during the main game to avoid spoilers, but now we're going to show it. So let's go around the back of the temple here, because this is actually how you get to it. And this is quite the feat, just telling you now. Pretty much if you start, if you try to do this at the beginning of the game with the minimal amount of grip strength you start with, it can be near impossible. But since we've got a pretty good amount of grip strength, we got some white lizards along the way, it shouldn't be too tough, but it will be possible. So pretty much I'm going to show you guys the path we'll be taking here. As you notice here on the back of the temple, we've got some moss growing right here. Pretty much what we're going to want to do is we want to climb all the way up this moss right there, and we want to get to that ledge right there. Then we're going to shimmy along this edge over to the other side of that edge, jump over, land on that little moss right there, fall down, grab onto this ledge, and shimmy across that ledge all the way to over there. Now let me reposition myself to show you a better angle of how we're going to do this. Alright, so once we shimmy across that ledge, we're going to want to jump to this moss, and then get over to that ledge, shimmy across it, and make a jump onto this mossy pillar here, climb to the top of that mossy pillar, and then there's also another little mossy edge over there that will allow us to get to the top of the temple, or this little ledge right here. This thing right here is what we're ultimately going for, which is level with the bridge. So that's what we want to get to. Now, if you just try to climb this mossy thing, pretty much there's only one point you can rest on this whole thing. This whole trek across the temple. So you're going to want to conserve your grip strength as much as possible. So if you just try to climb it like a normal person, you know, just climbing up or jumping around, you're not going to have enough grip strength, straight up. So pretty much what you need to do is you need to use this technique that I don't know if they really intended for this to be figured out or if it's a glitch or what, but it's a technique called diagonal jumping. So what you do is you pretty much, I'll just show you right here real quick. I'm not going to actually start climbing this thing or anything, but I'll just show you. Pretty much, diagonal jumping. So this is the normal jumping. You just hold triangle and let go of it, and it'll shoot you up. And as you can see, that'll shoot you up pretty high, but it takes a lot of your grip strength. So diagonal jumping, pretty much you want to hold triangle and then face the analog stick to the right diagonally or to the left diagonally. So hold triangle and then to the right diagonally. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, diagonal jumping. So pretty much you hold to the right diagonally or to the left diagonally on the analog stick, and you will jump diagonally like so. Now, as you see, pretty much you just jump diagonally and you still make a little headway. You don't make it up nearly as fast, but as you can see, it conserves hardly any grip strength. So you can make it up quite high without conserving that much grip strength. Now, if you want to make it to the top of the temple, you're going to have to do this. Now, if you've gotten a few white lizards along the way, like I have, you can probably let your triangle thing go pretty much all the way to the end. That'll waste a little bit more grip strength because as you let it grow out, the little circle there, it'll conserve the grip strength, or use the grip strength a little bit more, but you'll make a little bit higher jumps. Now, if you have just a little bit, like at the beginning of the game, you're going to want to just do little jumps like this. So I guess since we're already climbing up here, I guess I'll just show you that this is the way to climb up the temple. If you want, you can get a jump off of aggro to try to get a little bit higher here. So pretty much keep doing diagonal jumps. And you can climb on that little part to the left there that's next to this column. But ultimately, you're going to want to be on this column, and that way will not get you where you need to go. So start climbing this way. Now, as you'll see, we have a little ledge here on our right. Now, however tempting it may be, do not climb onto this ledge, because yes, I believe you can get onto it. You can't get onto it from here, but once you get a little higher, you can jump down to it, and you think you can rest there. Do not do that, because there's no way you can get back up to this ledge from there, so you'll have to climb all the way back up this part. Now this part right here where you're just doing the diagonal jumps and getting to the top here, it's not that hard. It's actually almost impossible to fail this. And if you have enough grip strength, like you've went and got all the lizards, you can just pretty much climb straight up this. This part is just the most annoying part, especially if you have to diagonal jump, because it just takes forever. So trust me, once you've fallen a few times, you'll have the motivation to want to like not fuck this up and do this part right, because this is the most monotonous and freaking time-consuming and tedious part of the entire thing here. So as you can see, we got the little what do you call it, the little, it's getting shorter here, the path is getting smaller. Now I'm just gonna start jumping straight up because I've got enough grip strength at this point, and the one resting spot you do have is actually right here. So pretty much you want to get to this ledge. And now a lot of videos you'll watch, or a lot of people that you will tell you how to do this, will say that part right there is where you got to conserve your grip strength the most, so you got to be really careful about your diagonal jumps. That's actually not true. Pretty much up to that point, you just got to have as much grip strength as you need to get up there. But if you have any extra, you can use it towards the end, because actually right here, if you're holding on and you just press triangle and make sure you keep R1 held down, there's actually enough room right here to where you can rest. Now if you let go of R1, you're going to fall. So make sure you have R1 held down so that he's crouching, and you can actually rest at this spot right here. A lot of people don't know that, but you can. So this is the only resting spot you can have on the whole way up. So if you want, just make sure you keep R1 held down, take a moment to gather your thoughts, and regain your grip strength. So you can only do it on this little part where there's this tree right here. The rest of this little shimmy path, you can't do it. You won't be able to climb up of it. Alright, so yeah, there's that little part down there that I said you could jump off on. And as you can see, we're already pretty high. The bridge is right there, so we're really high. So try not to fall, because you can die if you fall from most parts of these. So don't do it. Anyway, now what we're going to do is I'm just going to let go of R1 real quick and then start holding it again right away so that he lets go but grabs back onto the ledge. Alright, and there we go. Now, to conserve strength shimmying, you just want to hold to the right on the analog stick and then just hold triangle and then let go of it for a second so that he does the little shimmy jumps. That will take a lot less energy or grip strength. Oh, mother hole. Yeah, that'll happen sometimes. Make sure you're holding exactly to the right of where you need to go when you're shimmy jumping like that. Otherwise, sometimes Wander will be stupid and jump off backwards, and he'll just do stupid shit sometimes, so what can you do? Man, I was really wanting to do that on the first try. I just hate climbing back up there. Anyway, this is that little resting spot, and there's no way to get back over there, so yeah, there we go. Yeah, and see, even that jump from that little height right there took that much HP, so be careful. Yeah, so let's climb back up here. I'm just going to do some big jumps just to make some headway. And if you have any less grip strength than I have, you probably shouldn't be doing it this way at all. Don't waste any of your grip strength, because I'm just being careless, honestly, but I'm just trying to save time here anyway. And I can afford to do this because we have gotten quite a few lizards across the way that I can kind of afford to waste the grip strength. Alright, so now I'm starting to get kind of low. I might want to start doing the diagonal jumps now. Anyway, yeah, this is by far the worst part of it. This part is by no means hard, but it's just so time consuming and so frustrating to have to do it over and over again, because you know you're not going to mess it up. This part, you can't mess up, really. It's just stupid. And I guess I forgot to mention, while you're diagonal jumping here, oh, f*** me, that sucked. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get back on this part, but you can do it. So you want to be careful, and to make sure you don't like fall or not try to jump to a part where there's no moss. Just when you're diagonal jumping, do one left diagonal jump and then one right diagonal jump, and just do that back and forth so that you kind of stay in the same part. Because if you try to make Wander jump to a wall where there's no moss, he's just gonna fall, and he'll try to jump to it too, but he's just gonna fall. So you don't want to do that. Anyway, it is possible though, with probably as much grip strength as I have. You might need to have a little bit more to get all the way to the top of the temple with without resting, but since there's that rest spot there, I like to just take advantage of it anyway, because I haven't done this in a long time, so I like to make sure I have enough. Anyway, right here, once it starts, the path starts getting smaller here and it starts combining, I like to kind of stay in the corner here and jump from one wall back to the other, because the little ledge you need to grab onto is on the right side here, so make sure you're kind of towards the right, because if you're not, you're going to have to shimmy all the way over there across the moss, and that'll waste a lot of your grip strength. I mean, not that it matters, but... Alright, so we're close enough to that edge now we can just climb. And our bar is flashing for our grip strength, so we're running out. It's kind of hard to get Wander to grab onto that ledge sometimes, and there's a part later in this when we're doing it, and it's really fucking hard to get him to grab onto the ledge, but that's probably the hardest part of this whole thing. Alright, so we're fully back on grip strength now, so let's do some more shimmy jumps. Now let's make sure we don't screw it up this time. So another thing you want to do is kind of make sure you keep the camera at a certain angle, because the way Wander jumps sometimes depends on the camera angle, and you can screw yourself sometimes. Alright, so I try not to do it on the corners because that'll screw you. Okay, now right over here you just want to face backwards and jump. Oops. Face backwards, Wander, and jump. Okay, and now here you're just going to want to let go, and then we're going to want to grab onto that ledge below us. So let go and grab. Okay, and that's the ledge we wanted to grab onto, so that's perfect. Alright, and yeah, just make sure you let go and jump to that. That way you don't waste grip strength shimmying down to it, because that's not worth it when you could just fall down and waste no grip strength. Alright, so now let's shimmy jump across this little ledge here. And then around the corner, let's be a little careful. Now this part's kind of hard. You might not know where to go. You might think you want to back jump to that moss behind you, but no. You actually want to just sideways jump, and you can reach this moss right over here. It doesn't look like there's much moss here, but there is enough for you to reach it. So now this part is also really hard. See that little broken ledge there? That's directly adjacent to Wander? That's the part we're going to want to be getting to. Now it can be hard to get to this without wasting a lot of grip strength. And at this point, f*** me, god damn it, Wander, I hate when he does that. Oh, I hate when he does that. Yeah, and we died. That was too high of a fall. Sometimes if you're holding the controller a little bit wrong, or the analog stick just a little bit too far to the right or the left, Wander will think you're holding for a backward jump, and then when you press the jump button, he's going to jump straight off backwards, and there's no way you can shift your momentum fast enough to grab back on. I hate when he does that stuff. I absolutely hate when he does that. It's, you know, not entirely your fault. Sometimes he'll just be stupid and do that. And it's really, really dumb, and it's so sensitive that it's not even fair. But that's why doing this is difficult, because sometimes Wander can be a bitch with his little controls. Alright, anyway, I'm going to climb back up to that resting spot, and I'll meet you guys there, because there's no way I'm going to mess that part up, and no reason you need to watch it again, so I'll meet you at that resting spot up there. Alright guys, we're back. We made it up to the resting spot, and we are regaining our grip strength. We're going to try this again, and hopefully Wander doesn't be a dumbass on this one, and we can make it. Alright. And my finger is starting to hurt very much. You're going to get finger cramps doing this, because you're going to be holding R1 pretty much the whole time, so be prepared for that. Oh, Wander, god damn it, I don't know why you did that. Alright, well, let's rest again. Yeah, every little bit counts, so don't take any for granted here. Alright, Wander, let's not do anything stupid, don't do anything drastic. Just simple little shimmy jumps. You can handle shimmy jumps, can't you, Wander? Yeah, you can do it, buddy. Alright, take these corners a little carefully. There we go. Alright, now let's do a little backwards shimmy jump here. Or not a shimmy jump, a regular jump. And fall, and grab. Okay, now we've got this. We've seen this all before. Save some energy here. Let's shimmy jump. Alright, we can do this, Wander. We can do this. We're actually not far from the top. There's not very much left, but these, like this last part right here, all these last few parts are actually really very difficult. But once we get to a certain point, we'll be okay. Okay, and we're on the moss. Now this part actually is probably one of the harder parts, because you have to diagonally jump all the way up and try to get to that other side of the wall there. But then by the time you diagonal jump and get all the way to this side of the wall, you're way above the little part you need to be. So sometimes I just like to shimmy here and just waste the grip strength. And then fall a little bit. Yeah. And then this part is probably the hardest part of the whole thing. Getting the grip strength, or getting Wander to register onto this little side part here. Getting him to actually get onto this little side part here can be ridiculous, as you're seeing right here. And then, and he's wasting grip strength as he's doing it too, so it's a little stupid. It's almost just retarded. And we're probably not going to have enough grip strength to get even all the way up to the top now, because he's wasting so much time trying to get onto this thing, and he can't even fucking get on it, Wander. Oh, this is the hardest part. It's not even the hard, it's just stupid. He can't even get on it. Get on it. You're right there, buddy. Dude, just grab it. What's so hard? Dang. Oh, now you grab it. Now you grab it. Yeah, we're gonna fall. We're probably gonna die. F me, Wander. Why couldn't you just grab that like a little earlier? Ugh, this pisses me off. Pisses me right the fuck off. Okay, guys, we are back at the resting spot yet again. Oh, man, I tell you. Well, I guess I'm glad I'm falling off a few times so that I can actually show how much of a pain in the ass this really is. And trust me, it is a pain in the ass. It is by no means easy. It's one of the more annoying things in the game. Thank God it's not required. It's just an Easter egg, but, you know, it's a cool Easter egg, so. Alright, let's shimmy jump. I always hate doing this because I always fear Wander's just going to jump backwards off and fall. And I hate that because I hate when he f***s up and it's not my fault, and it's just his fault. I mean, like, if it's my fault, I can understand that, but, I mean, I'll still be pissed. Don't get me wrong. I just will be even more pissed if it's not my fault. And then sometimes, look at that, Wander sometimes doesn't want to jump. Alright, fall, grab, okay. Back on this part. The easy part is behind us. Back to the hard Wander, we're stuck between a rock and a hard place here. Literally. Okay, let's do this. We can do this. Alright, we got it. Yeah, that moss actually extends pretty far out that way, so not too tough. Now we're back to the little ledge of death that does not want to cooperate. I'm just going to diagonal jump this whole way this time, and so that I don't waste any grip strength, just in case this thing decides to screw us here again. Now you may think you can climb all the way to the top from here, but you actually can't, so don't worry about it. Let's just fall slowly. Okay, now if it's not working for a second, just climb back up, fall, and try again. Oh, yes, we did it. Okay, we did it. Now, this part is also very hard. Make sure you climb all the way over here past the grass. You can shimmy jump if you need to. And now, do a backwards jump, and grab onto this moss here. Now, once you've grabbed onto this moss, if you just play it smart, you're home free. The hardest part is behind us. So now, just do some diagonal jumps, back and forth. Make sure you stay on the moss. It is possible to fall. You're so close now, you don't want to screw it up, trust me. And all these things are going to try to get in your way and obscure your angles. Don't let them phase you. You don't need much more grip strength from here, so if you're running out and it's like flashing, don't worry. You're okay. Alright, so now we want to get out of the way of that black stuff, that little black tree. Climb up here. Alright, and now we want to get onto this ledge right here, and I'm just going to climb because I have plenty of grip strength left. And the top is right there. Oh my god, we're so close. Wander, go! Go, 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 and press triangle, and we're up. Yes, we did it. I believe I can fly. Even though I didn't fly, I climbed. I believe I can climb. Yes, and we did it, people. We are at the top of the temple. So this here is the long bridge that we rode in on. You can actually walk all the way across this and get back to where we entered the Forbidden Lands. But if you try to walk through the entrance there'll be a big huge gust of wind and it'll just blow you backwards, kind of like the ending cutscene, and you won't be able to go through it. Other than that, there's nothing really interesting over there, just some like some cool architecture, but I'm not going to waste my time because it literally takes like 7 minutes just to walk across this whole thing. Oh yeah, but let's bask in all this glory. And then here's the door that we came in on. You can't open it or anything. You can try everything you may. It's not going to open, so not a big deal. And we can actually see Aggro from up here. Where is he? Now, if you want to, if you're ballsy and you've already mastered the save point onto aggro jump, which I haven't, you can try this. I call this the bridge to aggro jump. You can try from jumping from here to aggro. And if you notice, we're actually so high that we're actually out of aggro's like hitbox. So when we're pointing an arrow at him or shooting with an arrow, it doesn't even affect him one bit. It's kind of funny. But yeah, so you could try that. It might actually be easier because you have a lot of time to realign yourself. But yeah, if you miss, you will die. So be careful. Anyway, over to the right here, we've got nothing. But over to the left here, you'll notice is a staircase, and this is actually the staircase that Aggro led Mono up at the end of the game, and you should be able to notice it. It's actually quite cool. It's cool to just look around and notice how high we are now. We're freaking very high. I mean, like, on the temple. We're not literally high. Well, I'm not. I don't know about you guys. That's up to you, I guess. Let's put away our bow and arrow. That's kind of ruining it. Anyway, yeah, I believe this part of the game actually was meant to be found, though, as, like, a cool little Easter egg, because this whole part is actually designed, and there's, like, no glitches or anything. It's kind of weird. So anyway, come through this door here, and voila! We are in the secret garden! Yay! This place is actually really, really cool. So let's check it out a bit, shall we? Now, something to be noted is in the demo version of Shadow of the Colossus, when the demo version came out, you could actually still get up to this secret garden. And right here, there was like a girl, kind of like, like a girl, but she was frozen, and her arms and legs were out, kind of like, you know, Scarecrow, and her head was cut off. And she had no head. So I don't know what was up with that. There's pictures of it online. It's not really nasty or anything. It's just kind of weird that it's there, but it really just didn't make any sense. So I don't know. But once the final version came out, that wasn't there anymore. So I don't know. Maybe just a glitch in the demo. Anyway, up here you can hear some beautiful sounds. We've got a nice little water bed down here. And this little trench with the water kind of runs along this whole place. So we've got some huge pillars. We've got light shining in. It's actually just really beautiful in here. We've got a lot of trees. The grass is nice. Actually, it doesn't look like a bad place to live if I were a Mono, Aggro, and Wander. Anyways, coming down the back here, we've got some like fallen trees and stuff. Oh, Wander, can you get over the tree? All right. And then you'll notice over here we have Dorman's hole. Yes, this is the hole that we looked at Dorman through, where he was talking through the whole game. And it's not really lit up anymore because Dorman's gone, but yeah, so that hole goes all the way up through the top of the temple, as you can see, so that's how the light got down into it. And you can jump down this, but I'm pretty sure you'll die from the impact, if not just the falling detection. And over here we have some stairs. They don't really, there's nothing over here, though. Yeah, kind of cool, I guess. Alright, so let's check out the rest of this place. Pretty much we just got a lot of pillars. This whole part back here is not really very vegetated. Not much fauna, if I do say so myself. I guess we can call aggro. It's not going to do anything, though. Alright, so then nothing much in the middle here. Just a bunch of grass. Oh, we've got some little waterfalls letting water into that little channel. And then over here across this little right side, we've got a waterfall in here. You can jump in this and just kind of swim around. I don't think this leads anywhere. No, it doesn't go anywhere. It's just a little pit for the waterfall, so that's kind of nice. Can you get up here? I don't think you can get up there. But, yeah, that's kind of cool. Let's see. And then also we've got this little pathway up here. Now you might be excited. You think, oh yeah, this leads to something. This is badass. But no, there's actually nothing here. There's nothing really in this secret garden that you can actually do or like go anywhere secret. But it's just kind of cool to explore because it's weird that they left this whole part in the game and then it's like part of the ending. You can actually get here. And then if you like don't know, if you haven't seen the ending and then you get here, you're like, what the hell is this place? So yeah, you can climb these blocks. You can mess around all you want, but ultimately there's nowhere you can really go. So yeah. But there is one other thing that's weird about this secret garden, and this is the actual only real interactable thing in here. But it's kind of cool, so let me show you guys. Bust out your bow and arrow over here, and you'll notice that in these trees we actually have fruit. These little trio of fruits that are hanging in the tree. And there's actually a lot of them in all the trees throughout here. So yeah, as you can see, we've got bunches of them. There's just lots and lots of fruit. So you may think, oh my god, this is an easy way to get heck of health. So it is actually useful to come up here. No, because if you eat this health, you may notice, oh my god, yes, our grip strength bar and our health just got a little smaller, actually, yes. So eating this fruit, I guess in the secret garden, it's kind of like the forbidden fruit. It will actually deplete your health bar and your stamina or grip strength bar all the way back down to 0. Well, not down to 0, but down to the default, what you start the game with, which is very little. So that's interesting. It's kind of interesting that they put that in there. It's like kind of like a forbidden fruit. It's really cool, actually. So that's cool. That's weird that they have the little forbidden fruit thing in there. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to show in this bonus episode was that. Don't really want to go over the time limit here. So yeah, there is actually one other thing I want to show, and depending on what time we're at, I know I have some stuff to cut out, like me failing, but we could check. Oh, we're at 33 minutes. Do I have enough time? Yeah, I'm going to show it. Actually, I'm going to go to that part that I told you guys about before, where there's that huge tree outside of the cave. And it's by Dirge, actually. So I'm going to travel over to Dirge, and I will see you guys there. Let's get out a little bit. Let's move out a little bit, and yeah, there we go. You can see it there. As you can see, we've got this huge tree on the outside of the cave. They, around the boards, around the forums, this is lovably called the Colossus Tree, or the Colossal Tree. It's a huge, huge tree just on the outside of a cave. It's kind of cool. But another reason why I like this area is because there's something awesome here I wanted to show you. One of my favorite little friends from the Forbidden Lands roams around here, and he is also lovably referred to on the forums and the boards and many other places as Loki. Loki is the colossal bird. He's not quite the colossal bird as Avian, but he's the colossal hawk, and he's called that because he's pretty much a huge hawk, and you can get a really nice view of that huge colossal tree over there. And the reason he's called the colossal hawk is because he's a frickin' big hawk. He's pretty much the biggest hawk in the game. And if you come outside over here and pretty much stand on this rock right over here, I think that's Loki right there. Yeah, you can see him. If you stand on this rock and just keep a generous eye out. Alright guys, Loki's on his way back. Here he comes. We're not going to miss him this time, are we? Are we? Are we? Here he comes, and jump. Alright, there we go. And now we are riding Loki the hawk. So yeah, this is kind of a cool thing I wanted to show. You can actually ride hawks if you're fast enough to grab them. But there's also a technique called bird humping. It's not as vulgar as it sounds, but there's some buttons you press, and you can actually kind of like jump on the bird or something, and it makes him fly higher. But yeah, you can actually ride the bird for quite a long time. And it's pretty fun, so until your grip strength runs out. That's kind of cool, so I just wanted to show that off. Anyway, in this bonus episode, we climbed the temple, the Shrine of Worship, and got to the secret garden, and we saw the colossal tree, and we rode Loki the colossal bird. So in the next bonus episode, we are going to show off the New Game Plus and some other cool Easter eggs. I will see you guys next time on Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus. Goodbye, everybody, and have a great day.